Part 2. Part 2. Part 2.
I must protect Shy Yeti.
Hello, Moses.
How are you? Hope you're fine. This is the Shy Yeti show.
Okay, where you go?
Aloha.
Why have I got horns?
Oh no.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, there's gonna be some drama ahead.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep?
Your show's getting so international, Paul.
Good boy. He's not all that shy, is right.
Such a win.
Blimey, Governor. It's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Paul.
I don't know how he does it.
You can't beat me now.
Excellent.
802.
802.
We had episode 772 Mugshots 20th anniversary special. That was basically, we look back at my 7th poetry collection, Poetry in Prose, a book that I'd published 20 years before, and just I read some of my favourite pieces from it. I haven't written that much poetry recently, although I did write some lyrics 2024. I wrote lyrics for songs, and I would like to do more of that, but I don't know, since I've not been working, just to have time for everything. It's there's so much you can do that some things just fall through the cracks. Anyway. This one's called I Can't Bear the End, and in brackets, biographical work. I just can't bear the end of biographical work, for they just crack me up, make me sob, go berserk. And I can't bear to hear how things all went to pot, how folk once were successful, though alas they were not, how the smiles once were bright, accolades from afar, until one day mown down by a cross-dressing czar. Death by a robotic beastie or a mean billy goat. Badly mauled by a field mouse, they always go for the throat. Oh, I flick through the pages, I go speeding on through, but still slow near the end, because it simply won't do. No, I can't bear to read of those sad later years, so I stop when they're happy and neither dead nor in tears. No, I can't bear the end of biographical tome, all distraught on the sofa when I'm reading at home. I remember that one definitely was based on, well, I think I was reading Kenneth Williams' diaries, and then when it got towards the end, they were just too sad, and I kind of never finished it. Next up, episode 773, The Almighty Return of Geeky Panda. Geeky Panda was back. This time it was just Geeky and I, and we were sort of, I guess, seeing what an episode with just us two would look like, and it worked out really well, and as I say, now we record often together. Sometimes learning about films and stuff can be really good, but I think it depends if you've got a tutor who allows you to kind of go, okay, I know this film did really well, but for me it doesn't work in this way, or it can't just be this film is amazing, you can't say anything other than it's amazing. And I guess it depends on the tutor whether, hopefully most tutors would allow.
There must be some film clubs around your city, like you may think about joining them. Yeah, more recently I kind of got into Italian giallo movies, which are were very popular in the early 70s, and they come from a series of books that they're known as giallos because that's yellow in Italian, and the book, when they were books, they were published with a yellow cover, so that's how that's why I'm wearing yellow today.
You are yellow. And I think they often followed a certain sort of formula, and Strangers on a Train is one of the formulas that's stolen or adapted in different ways, where two strangers meet on a train and agree to kill somebody. The other one is the poor wife who's made to think they're going insane because they're seeing what people who they think are dead or whatever, or they think that they're making, and that's because,
and it's just their husband gaslighting them.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we had something like that was it in Dial M for Murder? No. I think it was a similar thing in Dial M for Murder. I don't quite remember, but it involved a husband tricking his wife. I may be misremembering it. Sorry to the audiences.
Some of the other giallos follow a sort of template that would be very familiar if you like sort of slasher films or Halloween or things like that, where you've got a mask.
Horny young teenagers on a summer camp.
Yeah, but what deals? You like them? Come and join us. Come and join us. We need you.
We would appreciate the cat's perspective.
We need your help. You represent the cat people, the cat nation.
Yes, all communities are welcome in our podcast.
Come on, join us. He's been asleep under the. Well, yes, you've been asleep. Has it been all right? You had quite a nice sleep, actually. Yes. Come on. He's very loud now. Yes, you're very loud. Come on.
All the answers that the cat gives are going to be added in the post-production. That's adorable. Wow, it's so big. What's his name?
Didi.
Didi?
Yeah, look.
Like Didi Island?
A new person. It's Geeky Panda, dears.
Hello.
I'll tell you his human name later. His non-panda name later on, dears, when we're off air.
Yeah. Oh, it's adorable. We have a cat too, but it's too lazy to get here. He's just sleeping all day. Our cat's name is Athena.
Oh, that's good.
Even though it's a male.
There used to be a chain of shops in the UK called Athena who sold posters and like art prints that lots of students would, like university students, would have in their digs at university.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool name. Athena goes with anything, either be it a cat name or the name of a poster shop.
Well, Dealey's called Dealey. Dealey, I don't know if you even know this story. Dealey's called Dealey because, well, first, the listeners might know the answer to this, but can you guess how old he is, Dara?
I think I'm going to say plus 12.
Yeah, definitely plus 12.
Am I cold or hot?
You got to plus up quite a bit more.
Okay, 15.
Older.
17.
Older.
No way.
Yeah.
19.
Older.
No way.
Yeah.
35.
35. Dude, he's 35. Yeah. He's 21 this year.
Oh, I was so close. I was right up in the nose. Wow, that's amazing for a cat, right? I guess so.
Yeah, it's the oldest cat I've ever known. It's weird when it gets over 20. It really becomes a long period of memory for a person as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said it was 80 years old cat years.
Episode 774 was the outrageous framing of Hubert Gentry. This is where we heard more about the Shy Life poopcasters who were causing trouble, and Hubert was being framed as being one of them. We also had extra material with Martin Holmes. The Grumble Bugs were back.
Okay, committee, let's see this evidence. How did you get this evidence? It just plopped into my my email box today. Don't you think this is some sort of setup? Don't you think someone's trying to set up Hubert for being the poopcast?
And you said plopped and you said poo.
But yeah, I mean, where does it come from? Where it doesn't really that clear. Where, you know, it's one of those sort of anonymous. It just says the Shallow Poopcast, and you know, there's no way of really. I don't know. I guess I did try and trace it back, but anyway, watch the video. That's the most important thing. All right. Sorry, Hubert. Let's watch this.
Oh, very well.
Well, you're in the video. I can see you there.
Yes. That's not me.
No, well, let's have a listen.
Hey, Hubert. So good to meet you. I'm so glad we can do this deal.
Yes, thank you for coming over and agreeing. I think this is a master plan of mastivity, or something like that. Lots of poo to go around on the Shy Life podcast. I can't wait to toss it.
I can make sure that it is, you will be paid with real money for being a mole.
I have your assurances that my identity will be completely secret, even from the audience.
Of course, we wouldn't want to spoil it. It's so great that you're working in this bar and you're in the center of everything. You can tell us, all sorts of gossip. Does Bettina Dupre pick her nose?
She does.
And does Cloverty make very loud farts and maybe things like that?
I'll tell you, even though I've been in the Magpie Hut, you can certainly smell them.
Well, it's great. So, are you okay with a payment of this amount each month?
That amount? Well, isn't that interesting? Yes. I guess it will do. But that's certainly enough to unseal my lips and begin to gossip and tell you all the nitty-gritty poo details about the Shy Life people. All of them. I've got something on all of them.
Well, the more we hear, the more you'll get paid.
And you quite assure me that my participation on your poo-cast will be anonymous.
Absolutely. No one will ever find out.
Fine, good. All right. Well, I'm available to start gossiping whenever you wish.
Well, Paul, what do you think? Well, it looks very damning, I admit, but...
That wasn't me. I never said any of those things. Well, it certainly looked like me, didn't it?
Well, except you can do a lot of clever things with AI these days.
AI?
Yes, and Cromitty, I think there's one thing you haven't taken into consideration. Paul, I don't think it's AI. Really?
I think we should do a finger count on all of us in that video.
Exactly. It's what I've noticed. Because a lot of the time in the video, the Hubert person is sort of turned sideways, but there's one point when he turns and he's like looking around, and his face is, look, I think it's this point. Oh, Paul, come on, you're grasping at straws. Look, there you go. He's almost like he's got an extra eye at that point.
Look at that. That's not me.
No, and as you say, 6 fingers. You don't have 6 fingers, do you, Hubert?
No, look at my hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
There, see?
Not that there's anything wrong if you do have 6 fingers, but
no.
These little things are. I can't believe you fell for it, Cromitty. I mean, it's just something I picked up the first time just watching it now.
Next up, episode 775. In late June, the birthday twins go medical. This time we weren't talking about Prisoner. We were talking about another Australian soap from the 70s and early 80s, The Young Doctors, which I spent quite a lot of time in the early part of this year, up until quite recently, watching my 250 episode box set of The Young Doctors. There were many more episodes than 250, but unfortunately they released one box set and then haven't released any more, which is a great shame because I found it absolutely addictive viewing, and I could easily sit and watch 8 episodes a day, if not more. The box had been out for quite a while, and I've been kind of keeping it on the side, thinking, I'll wait until the next box comes out, so I know I've got... And as it never did, I was like, well, I guess I ought to watch it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope one day they release more. Anyway, the first episode of July was episode 776. The origins of Scraffy and other stories, and Grizzly is going to tell us more about that episode in just a moment, but let's hear a clip.
It sounds tremendous, but it's a good one. is when we going to change the future to the good future, and me and community going to be wiped and turned into future us from another future, like other timeline rather. And
yes.
the bad of outcome is when our plan won't work and we are just going to be arrested by some magicians or scientists or anyone who guarding the time, because well, time travel are pretty much forbidden, and I can stop time, but time travel, well, it took me 10 years to develop a special spell that allow time travel, but not to me or to Cromity. We will going to send something else. Can you tell what's going to be, Cromity?
I think you should tell the listeners what it is that is going to occur, hopefully.
Okay, so there are going to be sent two things in the past. The first one is going to be a ring for myself where we encode the message and probably this episode of the Shy Afterlife podcast, so they will be aware of what happened in the future if there will be anyone to listen. And the second thing we are going to send in the past, and that's the main thing, is going to be robot teddy bear android that's going to keep that ring for me. And we choose that teddy bear because he's supposed to guard the Paul, because well, we want to save Paul, our Yeti, and he loves teddy bears, so there is no better thing to send in the past than a robot teddy bear. Are you agree, committee?
Yes.
So yeah, tell us about this episode.
Yeah, so Scruffy was from the future, and me and Committee were creators of it. I wanted to make an episode where I'm going to be a host and everything, because, well, it was a future, so you were dead. Because you died in the explosion, and my original plan was that everyone except me and Cromity died because there was no party, because there was no reason for the party, because you made the party for Scruffy, so the Shy Afterlife episode of the Shy Afterlife podcast supposed to be like 10th anniversary of X exploding without the party. And when we started recording, I immediately regretted that I didn't scripted you, because you said, okay, you and Yeti Uncle John died, but everyone else moved out. And I was like, no, everyone died, but okay, dobra, okay, let it be, they moved out. I don't know why I put a Polish word in that sentence before. And then with Cromity, we were like, oh, we are super sad that everyone died, even if not everyone died, because someone changed my plan. So we just created Scruffy and sent it back, and you were like, yeah, you and Yeti Uncle John died during the party, but everyone else survived. And I was like, but there was no party! And so yeah, if we are going to do parallel timelines or future timelines or other whatever, anything involves timelines, I'm going to script you to be sure you know what's going on, because I have a lot of experience with different timelines from anime and TV and Marvel and everything, so I know how to move between parallel scripts when something didn't happen, and I know it's sometimes hard to keep tracks on the things that happened and didn't happen, and it happened but it didn't happen because you are now in parallel timelines, so yeah, it can be confusing.
Yeah, well, it was tough getting used to sort of not being the one in control, and it hadn't happened for a long time, and it never. I don't think it's ever happened on the Charlotte podcast. But in Sutton Park, it happened a lot with a particular cast member, my friend Lee, because we used to meet like every month, and because he very much took charge of what his character was going to be, and I just got used to turning up at his house, not even thinking about what I wanted to do, because I knew that when I met Lee, we'd do his plot lines. and obviously I'd be involved, but he'd have like special props made and everything that he made himself. But because it became something we did so regularly, I just completely, okay, it's your show whilst we're recording here, and it happened a lot, so I got used to that. The only times I sort of put my foot down was when he wanted me to do things that I was like, I'm not doing that, or I'm not dressing like that, or whatever. Yeah, so occasionally I would put my foot down and go, no, this is out of my comfort zone. But I've been a lot more in control in the Shy Life podcast. So if you want to do something that's entirely yours,
I'm going to script you.
You have to script me or tell me what I'm supposed to say because.
Well, I was telling you that, but you forgot.
Well, I'm just getting used to the idea that somebody cares enough to want to do something and take over. I'll make sure you have at least one chance, if not more, to do that next year. So the next episode was episode 777, The Grumblebugs Strike Back, and it was another episode with Martin Holmes, and we grumbled about more subjects. There was also a chat with Toppy about coffee and old soap operas. I got Gianluca to answer 20 ridiculous questions. They were almost too ridiculous. Poor Gianluca. The coffee and old soap operas chat with Toppy was one of those things that we often end up starting before we start recording. We end up chatting, and it also kind of gets us into like limbering up before we start doing something more bizarre. One of the reasons we started doing the shorter episodes was because Toppy had more responsibilities back home and maybe only had an hour and a half free. So I'd be like, okay, let's do a little chat for 20 minutes and then 2 half-hour episodes, and that would fill in the time. So it kind of came out of necessity, but it was a good idea. But there's always room for things like this. The only problem was putting all the finished files and the things that aren't used in different folders. And I had a problem in the autumn with my backup drive, my backup drive. But I had a few computer problems over this year, which Grizzly helped me out with. I had to change the computer altogether because the sound went, didn't it? So I couldn't edit because it wouldn't even work when I put headphones in. And then I had the drive go, although I was able to retrieve, I think, pretty much everything. Some things that I put into folders, my backup of that drive was about a month or two out of date. So I'm having to be doubly careful that I'm not reusing things, although that would fit with a plotline if it did. Because, when I'm using Martin clips, I'm putting them into the use folder because I had to everything was slightly rolled back because I had to start using my backup drive as my main drive. And a few things changed. Like, I think my friend Mark was in the title sequence, but I no longer had a copy of the titles with his voice in, and it would have been quite difficult to have found what I'd used. So unfortunately, Mark's not in the title sequence now. But I only just realised that the other day because I was trying to think, well, what was the most recent version of the title sequence I have? Listeners, the behind the scenes problems of the Shy Life podcast. Anyway, moving on, we have episode 778, Shy Yeti and the Day Trip to Sutton Park. Now, the day trip to Sutton Park didn't actually happen. Well, it happened, but it happened in the studio with sound effects because Sutton Park, the real Sutton Park's in Birmingham. Even if I got up to Birmingham, which wouldn't be impossible, I don't know how far. I mean, I guess there are benches in Sutton Park, but it's a big park. It's not like a park with swings. It's a massive park with woods, and there's quite a lot of walking involved. And had I returned to Sutton Park, I mean, I'd returned to Sutton Park if someone drove me there because that would make it a lot easier. Yeah, before the pandemic, Callum and I were going to go up to Sutton Park. We were going to stay nearby, and that never happened because of the pandemic. And by the time the pandemic had finished, my rheumatism was causing problems. So yeah, I thought it would be nice to pretend to go back to Sutton Park, even if I couldn't go back there. And it was a good way of sort of continuing the plot line with Hubert visiting there. And it's a bit like that thing when you don't meet your heroes. With Hubert, it was don't go to Sutton Park because it won't be as exciting as you thought it was, having seen the episodes. It was sort of taking the mickey of the whole thing, but yeah, I think it worked out well.
Of course, I remember filming. Here back in '93. This is the point where the legendary scenes with me with the City Fringe. Because I'd only just started university. I've told this story many times, but I couldn't afford to go to a hairdresser, so I cut my own hair, and I clearly remember coming here. The thing is, it's a big area to explore. And when I first came here, I didn't quite realise the legend of Sutton Park. Each time I would explore further and further, it became somewhere I knew very well by the end. But even then, I don't know that I ever went to every single part of Sutton Park. It's so big.
Yes. Lake fringe, haircut. We should proceed.
No, we are. We're walking and talking. We can do both.
Yes, that's right. We seem to be skinning the rail ourselves as we walk.
No, I think there must be somebody digging something somewhere.
Oh, that's what it is.
I'm not sure. Comes and goes. The noises, strange noises. You just get used to it when you come to Sutton Park.
Sutton Park, strange noises. Exciting.
Yes. Of course, not every episode of Sutton Park was filmed in Sutton Park, because Sutton Park is actually, and I'm sure you remember this from watching all the episodes, Sutton Park is actually just one big chunk of the planet of Sutton Park, which was destroyed and fell to Earth. And that is why when later I moved to Surrey, I was living near some woods, and it turned out that those woods were also part of the planet of Sutton Park. So, having moved away from Birmingham, and thinking I'd come away from the evil of Sutton Park, actually there I was in another part of Sutton Park that just wasn't called Sutton Park.
Yes, all very interesting, I'm sure. I must tell you, though, this is Sutton Park is far larger than I could even have conceived of, and this walking about is become dreary.
Next up, we have episode 779. Paul and Nick get random yet again, and it was a chat that we did. We did it sort of late on in 2024, and some of the random words were belt, compromise, flu, suit, and ear. There were other bits and pieces and other random things. As I say in the show note, random words have no expiry date. So. Next up, we had episode 780, which was called It's Moving Day, Prepare the Magpies. This is where Yeti Uncle John and Hubert Gentry finally got to move back into their new magpie hut. And Hubert is back to being much more grumpy again because, the whole Sutton Park trip wasn't that successful. I forgot to mention, when Hubert was framed for being possibly the poop caster, we cancelled the proposed trip to Sutton Park. So that sort of delayed the visit and, perhaps made Hubert even more excited to do the visit. So when the visit wasn't as exciting as he hoped, he was extra grumpy. So, of course, the Magpie Hut, there was the potential, for Yeti Uncle John to have something more swish or modern than his old Magpie Hut. And I think Hubert definitely got a nicer home out of it, but Yeti Uncle John just wanted the same old sort of like living in a barn type situation. But we had extra material this episode with Mama Yeti as well. I don't know where Yeti Uncle John is. I'm sure he'll show us around his part of the Magpie Hut later. But why don't you take us into your part? It's a lot more expansive than the old Magpie Hut. You should get a lot more space.
Yes, I suppose. Well, it is a tiny bit better. I don't know. It's dreary in a big space sort of way,
To have it upstairs as well, which I don't think the old one did.
Yes.
So let's go. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to describe it.
Please do, please.
Yes,
I beg of you.
The new Magpie Hut is bigger and it's divided. We're going into Hubert's side of the Magpie Hut.
Yes, we are.
I noticed you can't hear the magpies whilst you're in here, so that's good. Soundproofing's good. So we're going in. The sound effects of the door opening are just the same old sound effects, of course.
Dreary.
So here's like the living area. There's like TV, sofa, and at the end of the room there's like a walk-in kitchen. It looks very nice. It looks a lot more sophisticated than the old one.
Did you know, Paul, that the reason it's called the living area is that once upon a time they were called parlors, and that's where people used to lay out their dead, and that's why funerals places are called funeral parlors. And once at one time people decided that it was dreary having having a parlor, and they said, no, this area is for the living, I tell you, and that's why we call it the living room. Did you know that?
I know I didn't. That's very interesting.
And we're into August now. We had episode 781, Shy Yeti and Geeky Panda versus the world. Geeky Panda and I returned to chat more. Geeky Panda and I, we talked about, we answered a few questions about life. We shared some favourite tunes and, generally hung out. Our next episode was episode 782, Seeking Sound Effects and Unmasking Villains. This was the sort of the plot line that made me come up with the deja vu plotline, because I like the idea. We'd always had a joke between Toppy and I that his sound effects were far more superior to mine, whereas I just had a very limited amount of sound effects. So when anyone opens a door, it's always the same door effect, even on a spaceship sometimes. So there was another plot about the poopcasters going on, but we were also sort of, I was begging for sound effects or like sort of, do you have a sound effect? Please donate to us. So we'd done that plot line in this episode, but then we'd had a bit of a gap. I think this must have been the second or third episode we'd recorded that day, and then there was a gap. And in my notes, perhaps I'd thought, well, I enjoyed that joke, and I just left it for the, like, in the list of plot lines for next time I recorded with Toppy. I put sort of do more about seeking the sound effects, because that hadn't been the main plot line of the episode 782. So we almost completely repeated what happened in 782 in a future episode, because there'd been a couple of months gap. I'd forgotten how much I'd done, but that made me think, well, I mean, all of the banter and all of the stuff made for a fun episode, but there were definitely things where you go, have I heard this before? So that's why I decided to do the plotline about deja vu, and which developed throughout the rest of the year to cover my mistake. I wasn't going to trash the episode because it was funny in its own right and had separate things that developed it more. But yeah, I should have remembered that we'd already talked to each of the regulars. But anyway.
We really split it up, didn't we? I only wish that it was real poo and not chocolate pudding.
Well, it really puts them in their place.
Certainly did. And we practically broke their tongues. Oh dear, I'm sounding like, let's get back. We practically broke their tongues.
Yes. They still don't know who we are.
We're still a mystery.
Yeti Uncle John, can you turn that off, please? Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm just listening to the new Poopcast. Oh, yeah.
How can you listen to them?
We don't want to hear. We don't want to hear it, Yeti Uncle John. They've been causing us enough trouble after what they did to poor Hubert's Heart of the Magpie Hut.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Paul, you don't have to keep playing that sound effect.
No, this is the real one. Look, he's here.
Oh, it's the real one.
Was Niels in the car? I hope he doesn't shed too much fur. No, he's a good boy. You're a good boy, aren't you, Niels? Good boy. You're a good boy.
Says the man who lets magpie poop fall on him. He's worried about fur.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, we're just arriving at Bettina's house. So.
Yes.
Let's get moving. Thanks, Yeti Uncle John. Will you wait for us, because we have to go to Lula's after this?
Yes, do stay where you are.
Yes. I'll be here. All right. We won't be long.
The next episode on the 21st of August was episode 783, Faraway Voices and Yeti Uncle John's Yoga Vampire Hunt. This was an episode I actually recorded on location in Richmond Park. I remember when I recorded this, I had to redo some things. Luckily, I noticed the problem whilst I was still in Richmond Park. I wanted to have the background noise, because there's lots of parakeets flying around Richmond Park. So you actually get, actual genuine sound effects in the background. But because these days when I'm listening to music, I have it's Bluetooth rather than being plugged into my phone. And a couple of the scenes I did, including one that was about 10 minutes of improvisation, what I didn't realise was that I was still connected to my headphones rather than directly to the phone. And anyway, but made it more muffled. And I did it a couple of times and then realised, no, you need to turn the Bluetooth off and do it directly into the phone to get the best sound. Yeah, it was annoying having done such a long scene, having to recreate it. You could take it that the first version was a rehearsal, I guess. But there is more to come with the Yoga Vampires, or at least with Yeti Uncle John and Vampires going into 2026. But oh dear. Listeners, I'm walking down the path towards the fallen tree where I usually it's where I go and sit anyway. Sometimes I do a little sort of round robin, as it were. I don't go deep into the park. I sort of do a circle, or I do a square, or sometimes I just walk down the path to the big tree and then sit there and then walk right back again. Anyway, still no sign of Yeti Uncle John though. I'm just taking a bit of a breather. Psst. Psst. Louis, psst. Yeti Uncle John? Yes, Paul, it's me. Dear, oh dear. Where are you? I don't see you. I'm behind this tree. Oh yes, now I see you. Yeah, you're not really hiding behind the tree. You're wider than the tree. Thank you very much. Well, it's true. You are. Anyway, we're going to go and sit down somewhere. We can't sit here on the path for too long because there's people going up and down it with dogs. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, all right, we will. Have you any news for me? I presume we're here for Yoga Vampires. Well, not actually here for them, but, just checking them out, checking to see if they're here. I mean, even if they are here, it's doubtful they'd try anything in the daylight. Well, obviously, and their powers are depleted during daylight. Although, listeners, if you think that vampires can't go out in the sun, that's not true at all. That's very old school opinions and views and stuff. So, anyway, yes, you're right, Paul. But anyway, yeah, I don't think they'll try anything, but anyway. Episode 784 was called Wired for Sound and Other Weird Noises. This was the episode where we continued searching for sound effects, which was the deja vu thing. But obviously when it was recorded, I didn't know it was going to be part of that plot line. So I think I had to record a little bit of a sort of, listeners, you may notice that there's some similarities between this and another episode. But anyway.
Hello, Paul. What's going on?
Hubert and I have just come to ask something. We need your help.
All right. Hello, Hubert. How are you?
Oh, hello, dreadful alien thing. Remember, I'm allergic to your slime, so stay away from me.
Yes. What did you want, Paul?
We're looking for sound effects, and Hubert's helping me.
Oh, I imagine that'll be difficult.
No, it's good because he is he's like it's like having a bouncer with me or something, but a verbal bouncer. I'm not making myself very clear.
No, you're not. You're not, but at all. Well, first of all, alien life form, we're in need of sound effects, and I know you have them here. Check your silly trapdoors and behind your little computer consoles and inside things, and I'm sure you'll find some sound effects for us. And be a dare and be off with you and get them at once.
Haven't I already given you some.
I'm sure over the years you have, and maybe even more recently, but I've lost track. But anything, please, sir, can we have some more?
Oh, Paul, don't be pathetic.
Anything.
Oh, just let me have a look.
Don't tell him anything. We do want some quality.
Just a minute, I'm just checking in my pocket.
Yes.
What about this?
Good heavens. What's that?
Sorry.
It's something I picked up when I was on an Alpha Centauri 24D.
Sure you were.
Alpha Centauri 24D. Don't think I've been there. Would you put it in the sound effects bucket?
The sound effects bucket?
Well, yes. You know, when people donate, they usually put the money into the bucket, but we're not.
It's a
money.
bucket, alien thing. Surely you know what that is. It's right in front of your strange face. It's a bucket. You put things in it. Put your sound effect in the bucket.
All right.
And if you find anything else, please, yes, please, anything.
All right, Paul. Anything for you. Not so much for him.
Oh, dreadful creature.
Oh.
I've never been so insulted.
Oh, well, we'll be going before he does it again.
If you could.
Next episode, the last episode of August, was episode 785, back on the little island again twice. This was two different recordings when I went back to the Isle of Wight in the summer. Once for the Garlic Festival, because there wasn't that much to record, and I wasn't recording with Mark. It was more little messages, so the recording didn't really make enough for one episode. So I decided, as I knew I was going over there twice in quite quick succession, I put the two visits in one episode, and I also recorded extra stuff with Cromitty and Yeti Uncle John, who kept ringing me up during the Garlic Festival. And we also had more grumbling with Martin Holmes. The first episode of September was episode 786, Shy Yeti Presents, the Matinee Minutia Season 7 review. This is a bit of a tradition. At the end of each season of Matinee Minutia, we've always spoken to DJ Starsage, and it used to be Toppy Smelly for the first 6 seasons. This year, his new co-host is Matt Burlingame, and we went through all of the films that they talked about during their 2024-2025 season. Now, your first movie of 2025 is from the 80s. It's also got two very famous actors in it. It's Ruthless People with Danny DeVito and Bette Midler.
You have to start 2025 out with Ruthless People, because that's what this year is all about.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're looking at the future.
Please tell me it gets better.
Yeah.
I'm only 8 hours in the future. I don't know that much.
You know what? Things in this can change very quickly in 8 hours here. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this one was mine.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I mean, I guess I was just in an 80s mood. Well, we both were. But this is, again, one of those wonderful movies where you have some horrible stuff going on, people really struggling, and then something crazy happens and a miracle, and at the end of it, all the good things happen, and you get a lot of money and you get thin. But that's the thing, is that when Bette Midler went down in that basement, she was held captive, and she's, I think, held captive by Huey and Dewey. But she has nothing to do but watch television, which is, of course, all reruns about all the get fit things. So she does her exercises, she gets thin, she's beautiful. Now, see, that's the 80s thing. It's the promise of, if you get thin, you'll be beautiful and people will like you.
Episode 787 next. This was Hubert Gentry's Poison Pen Palaver. Hubert was getting some rather nasty poison pen letters from a mysterious source, and we were investigating that. And Mummy Yeti was back to discuss more trinkets from the telephone box. Episode
Pokemon plushie Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
You were asking me if that's a Pokemon.
Yeah, I found some interesting things in the phone box. Because my mum organises the telephone box, we can pretty much take whatever we want. But there's only so many things I can take. But I did keep that because I did play Pokemon actually like you do, Grizzly, going outside and hunting them and stuff. Not as many times or as much detail as you do, but I did go and see what was available in my village. And yes, I was more familiar with Pokemon this year than I have ever been, I should think.
Obviously, they're not worse, because I've always think that a certain number of people go to the phone box and use it to take things to car boot sales, etc. But it's obvious that there just isn't the market for it anywhere. They don't take them for sell them on eBay or anything. I mean, of course, they should be tried first. But I send these to the charity shops. Jigsaws, I don't.
Use my pile now. Sorry, that's in that pile.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Because jigsaws, I think I ought really to sit down and do them all before you take them to a charity shop. If there's nothing worse not to have it. But I don't know whether any of these work or not. So.
No, well, but if you're getting it from the phone box, then you take that risk. But then there's The Pianist, which won 3 Oscars and 2 BAFTAs, and yet it's being discarded. So it's Adrian Brody. I've never seen it, but I'm feeling it's not a laugh a minute. So.
No.
But yes, it's won lots of awards. Look, I want you to make a decision about the Magpies, but I said I'd try and relax you. So I've got a great exercise. It's called Would You Rather Questions. I'm going to ask you some Would You Rather questions, and you're going to give me some answers. And hopefully you'll relax as I ask you the questions. But,
tea and biscuits.
Well, you were supposed to be making them, but anyway.
No,
Look,
you're right. I don't trust you to make it yourself. You could slip a little poison pill from beneath your poison pill ring.
I'm not going to poison you. You've done a lot of good. You've actually helped me quite a bit over the months.
So you say. I'll be the judge of who's poisoning me or not. Anyways, I'll just simply make it myself, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. And yes.
Okay. Would you rather be a good cook or be well organized?
Well, a good cook, of course I am. And of course I'm well organized. I'm both. So that's a silly question.
That is a bit of a silly question, actually, because, yes, I mean, to be a good cook, you probably do need to be well organized.
Absolutely. And I am. I do run a bar.
Next episode was episode 788. Geeky Panda brings us all some inspiration. And, this was an episode where we sort of talked about traveling and our university days. We had some trivia on pandas and libraries and some silly questions. And I think this was the episode where we I didn't see it, but I think Geeky wanted us to spoof an interview with Meghan Markle. So I hadn't seen it. So we just started the episode off in very sort of like one of those sort of very, you're so inspirational type interviews that I imagine that was an example of. I'm here today with a guest who's very dear to me.
Thank you.
Yes, Geeky Panda is back with us.
Thank you. That's so kind.
Geeky Panda, when you're here on the show, I always feel quite inspired by your vision.
Oh my God! Thank you.
You just have a genuine inspiration, and I know you've come through a lot of hardship,
I have. It hasn't been easy.
No, I know. I understand that. It's really inspiring. It is not a word I use often, inspiring, but you are inspirational.
I know. Oh, that's so kind. Yeah, thank you. There has been a lot of pinch me moments lately, and I'm experiencing how much love everyone has for me.
That's an inspiration. Yeah,
I know. Thank you. Yeah, that's so. I'm doing a lot of hard work, and I appreciate how hard work is like.
Yeah, yeah. I can I can appreciate that, and it's inspirational. So what are the tips that you have? For just getting by in the way that you do. I mean,
it's honestly it's a lot of hard work because I have my podcast and I have my new show with Netflix, and we have a lot of merch lined up, and your stuff doesn't end when the merch runs out because you have to do with the resupplements, and I do a lot of social media work, and I have to post a lot of things and make sure that they're on the right dates, and I got to think about what the caption is going to be, what the lights is going to be like, what are the suppliers doing. It's just I work so hard.
It's difficult even when you do have like hundreds of people in the background. You're still the one. You are the face. You are the face of.
I'm the hope.
You're the inspiration. It's not a word I use often, but you are the inspiration for your viewers.
It's not easy being the Duchess of Sussex, but I think I was meant for this role. Like I was born for it.
Yeah. And how many children do you have now? Is it 17?
It is 18 now because I got pregnant last night, and we are so excited to meet him.
Oh, well, you are an inspiration for all working mothers out there.
I know. I'm an inspirational fertility, right?
Yeah.
The next episode was episode 789, the Yeti Spaghetti Show, episode 1. Now, this is where the drive broke down. And there was another episode, which we'll come to in a minute, that I had like 75. Almost completed, yeah. And it wasn't a difficult edit, but it was made up of lots of messages, and I was nearly there. And then when it died, there's this situation. Not only do I do a backup on the spare drive, I do a backup on like the cloud of whichever episode I'm doing. So if this happened again, I wouldn't lose all of an episode. I mean, obviously, I was able to recreate it, but I had to start again. But when it happened, I just got to my parents. I'd done some editing, gone to bed, and woke up in the morning, and the computer had been doing something, and the drive no longer worked. There was no drama, nothing got dropped on it. It had been working fine, but when I went to bed, but when I woke up, it wasn't. And I was like, well, I've got a whole week at my parents. I need to continue editing, but I don't have any of the episodes that are recorded, so I don't have any
music or anything.
Don't have my music. No, I don't have. So I decided, but when things like this happen, this is when my brain kind of goes, okay, well, we'll come up, we'll work it out. And it happened once before when I did actually drop coffee on one of my old laptops when I was on holiday in Scotland, and I'd been nearly finished an episode, and I was like, oh, for goodness sake. I got back from holiday and I wasn't ready to go straight back into editing that episode again because it had been complicated. So I recorded an episode where I dropped coffee on my computer, and it was one that I could put out quite quickly and gave me time to then be ready to start editing the one I'd lost again. In this case, I decided that Yeti, Uncle John and Cromitty were going to be telling anecdotes. I used AI to kind of come up with, or ChatGPT to come up with some anecdotes, or at least the subject of some anecdotes, and I then turned them into conversations, because although I can come up with silly stories myself, I didn't need the extra hassle of doing that when I was already pissed off about losing the editing. So, and I enjoyed doing that episode so much because the Yeti's Spaghetti Show had its own theme music. I just made some new AI music on Udio, and it was an easy edit. And at least because at the point when the previous episode went kaput, I've been editing for a few days on it, and I felt like it was time. It was the time of week when a new episode should be out. At least recording the Yeti's Spaghetti Show episode was quick to record, and it was edited and out within a day or so. And I felt, well, at least I'm back on track. Now I think I'm ready to go back and edit that lost episode.
Go on, tell me more. Well, the villagers were very sceptical about the great cheese reversal. They said, you can't reverse cheese. And they said, particularly that Mrs. Blunderbuss, who had a clothes shop for horses. A clothes shop for horses. Yes. We had quite a lot of horses in Sprockle Week, and she ran the horse clothes shop. But I see. Yes, it all makes sense now. Yes. Well, you can't reverse cheese, they said. It's unnatural. Oh dear. They were very old-fashioned people, weren't they? They were, especially when it came to cheese. But anyway, I was undeterred. Oh, glad to hear it. Yes, undeterred. I donned my lab goggles, which, due to budget cuts, were actually 2 jam jars glued to a monocle. Well, that's highly inventive. I know, yes. I summoned my assistant, Gerald. Oh, yes. Who's Gerald? Well, I guess in some ways he was the Cuthbert of his day. He wasn't a person. Or was he a computer? Well, it's probably better to describe him as a sentient mop. A sentient mop. A sentient mop called Gerald. Yes. He was my assistant, and he was quite useful around the lab, particularly with the sweeping aspect. Oh, no. I never used Gerald to sweep. That was Bertie. Bertie the brush. The sentient brush? Yes, Bertie the sentient brush. He did all the sweeping. Gerald did all the mopping and a little bit of programming on my computer. Yes.
And the lost episode became episode 790 rather than 789. And it was called The Day Toppy Smelly Got Super Needy. And it was an episode where Toppy kept turning up because he was jealous that he hadn't been on... Well, he's jealous that he hadn't been on the show for a while, and that Hubert was getting a lot of attention. I needn't explain the irony of that, of course. But I like the idea that Toppy was jealous of not being on the show, sort of needy about not being on the show. Well, of course, Toppy has been on the show probably more this year than he's ever been. But the extra material in this episode was from a friend of mine called Andrew. I have many friends called Andrew, but this is one I've known for 35 years or something. And he has been on the show before. But I kind of said to him, you can record messages when you're traveling, because he's always traveling. And I wasn't expecting quite the depth of what I got from him. It was awesome what he sent. And it was like about 20 messages with a sort of beginning, middle and end. And I'm not sure whether it was all done in the studio or in his home, or whether he was traveling, or whether it was a mixture. There were sound effects. I mean, he was probably using the same tricks I use. So I was fascinated because we haven't had a conversation about it. I mean, technically he's now dead. So, I mean, at least in terms of the story. But I did say to him, because he's not actually dead, I did say to him, if you want to do more, you're welcome. And he's like, well, I'm kind of dead now. And I'm like, yeah, you could send me some stuff you did, like you left it in your will, that if you ever die, this should be sent to Yeti, and
yeah,
we'll see. As I said, it's always good to do these recordings with... Oh, it's the door again. Sorry. Hello. Toppy again.
God, you're still recording. I'm so sorry.
Have you been home? You've been home and gone back and come back again?
I ate this giant pot of spaghetti, Paul, and I am so fat right now. You know how those starches, they turn immediately sugar,
Yeah.
and your body turns it all into fat. Look how fat. But the thing is, I wanted to go out, and I'm so fat, I can't bend over to tie these shoes. There's nobody at home to help. Can you please just tie my shoes?
Yes, I guess so. Just sit down.
Oh
dear. Let me just do the shoes.
I'm fat. I'm just so fat. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You could have always bought me some of the. Anyway, you didn't. Let me do your shoelaces. That's like that. So my fingers are a bit stiff, but I think hopefully that's tight enough. And the other one.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
Good. Oh God, you guys tie your shoes the same way we do in America.
I know.
That's cool. All right. Look, sorry. I came unannounced again.
No.
Hi, audience. I'm going to let you get on with your show.
How is everybody on the Smellcast?
Oh, they're fine. Although Aunt Tappy's annoyed, but don't worry.
Oh, well.
Okay, it is the Hotel Royal. I'll just go inside. I'm very glad to find it. Here we go. Hello.
Hallo. Schön willkommen hier im Gasthaus. Wir haben schon ein Zimmer für Sie. Kommen Sie mit. Sie sehen sehr, sehr müde aus. Komm.
She's speaking German. Luckily, I have a smattering of German. I don't know what I should have done without it. Guten Tag, meine Frau. Haben Sie ein Zimmer für eine Nacht?
Your English.
Yes. How did you know?
Yes, we have a room prepared for you.
Okay. Oh,
come with me.
Just one more question.
Yes?
I've been trying to find out where I am.
I'll show you.
I know I'm in
Come.
Klausenberg, but where exactly is Klausenberg, please?
Right here.
Well, a map. But
yes, here.
This is a map of Transylvania.
Yes.
Oh.
You are in Transylvanien.
I see. Okay. Good. I didn't know.
Yes.
Okay, the room, please. Yeah.
Come follow me.
This is okay for one night, I guess.
Up the stairs?
Yes. Okay. I'll report back soon.
Next episode was episode 791, a second helping of the Yeti Spaghetti Show. Because I was a little bit behind in releasing episodes in September because of it breaking down, I was like, well, I would like to get another episode out this month. Around the time that I recorded the first Yeti Spaghetti episode, I recorded about 4 that week because they were easy to do, and I thought, the first one seemed to work well, so I had the second one ready to go, and it meant that I could also get another episode out before the end of the month. The first episode of October was episode 792, Douglas the Box and Sniffy Martin's Ghost, and it was another episode that you were in, Grizzly.
Yay! Been a while.
You played Baby Grizzly in this, and I think you also played.
E.T.
Yeah.
E.T.
We went over. Here we go. We had to take Douglas over to meet Martin's Ghost, which meant he had to be put in
that one. Okay.
He had to be put in the music box and carried over. And I dug out the music box sound effects that Gianluca had given me, like when we first met, and which was kind of gave me the idea of doing a haunted music box, because that is actually a music box that belongs to his family. So there was also extra material in this episode. With Paul from school, we went out for his 50th birthday to the Delaunay, which is a nice place to have afternoon tea. Yeah. How was your birthday? And also, you went away for a holiday around that time.
Yeah, so we went to Mallorca, and I needed to go somewhere really hot because the last time I met you, I got showered with a whole load of beer thrown.
Oh, that's right. We went for the Indian meal in not so long ago, really, in Addleston, and yes.
And there, I think I would go back, but I would take a waterproof, obviously.
Yeah, an umbrella. I haven't been back myself since then, or even had takeaway. Not because of that, just because. Well, I guess I don't eat Indian food quite as much in the summer because
it's too hot.
It's a bit hot, yeah. So, Douglas, do you feel like that there's something here?
There's definitely a presence.
And what do you think about it being Martin?
Well, of course, it's not Martin. It's not quite the same as Martin. I'm hoping that we can speak to it. Look, don't expect it to sound like Martin. It may look a bit like him, but it won't be Martin's voice. It is very complicated, Paul.
Sure. So what are you going to do? Ask him what he wants?
Well, I guess it's more a matter of perhaps he's jealous, that Martin survived and he didn't.
It's all very weird.
I know. Well, really, we just want him to leave Martin alone.
Sure. Douglas, you got here safely.
I did. It was a very smooth ride. Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, that's Yeti Uncle John you have to thank. But, yeah. How's baby Grizzly? Oh, he's fast asleep. Right. Well, Douglas has a few questions, I think, and we're going to see if we can summon your friendly ghost. Next up, we have episode 793, Hubert Gentry's Anxious Afternoon. Hubert was quite anxious about, everything that's been going on with him, and we were trying to reassure him and give him some help to sort of. There was also more grumbling with Martin Holmes, and we talked about haircuts again. The version of the haircut chat that appears in this episode is actually the first time we talked about haircut, but I put them out of order, not on purpose, by accident, and it was all a bit of a rush because of the drive breaking down, trying to work out. It wasn't the same recording. I didn't use anything twice. It's just we talked about it twice, but with several months gap. It's just that when the episodes came out, there wasn't much gap. But anyway, as I say, it went very well with the deja vu plot.
Hello, Martin. How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing quite all right, thank you, Paul.
Not feeling grumpy?
No more than usual.
Oh, well, that's a good start. I'll make you grumpy.
Grumpy shows are always quite jolly. I listen back to them.
I know, recently.
Why do we say we're grumpy? We're jolly old souls. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
I don't know if, I don't quite know what order that all the ones we've done will go out. They won't necessarily go in month order, but yeah, I feel in chronological order we have become less grumpy recently. So
there's raving and ranting. And railing. I think railing against some of the injustices in life, but I don't actually ever feel that they're particularly bloody hell, it's all dreadful. I hate everything. I don't think we do that. I think we try and be upbeat. Even if it's stuff we're complaining about there, I don't think they're negative complaints. They're merely we're railing against the injustice of the world, and by God, the world offers a lot of it at the moment.
All right. Do you think I can trust this, Paul?
Shall I? I'll give myself a squirt, and if you like the smell of it, then,
yes, good idea.
Here we go.
You try it.
Squirt. There's not much of a sound effect for squirting, but believe me, I am squirting myself with this.
Yes, he is. Audience, I can verify that he's certainly squirting that bottle.
How do I smell? That's quite nice smell.
Kind of like sandalwood and turpentine. Yes,
and the tears of podcasters, of course.
And the tears of podcasting.
Poverty, can you fetch me a mirror? Of course, Paul. Yeah, here you go. No, I'm not falling in love with myself. It seems like whatever you've tweaked, it's done the job.
Oh, I am glad. Well, I've got to run along. I hope you enjoy the perfume.
Well, I suppose I should thank you. Well, thanks. I hope it works.
More cologne than perfume, I'd say. It's for the gentleman like Hubert, the man about town, the confident man about town.
Yes.
Yes, whatever you say. I'll see you later.
All right. Right,
Did you hear that, Paul? I almost hyperventilated there. That's how much anxiety I have.
We won't stick around much longer.
Oh, good.
Because time's getting on, and you need to just chill out, take the potion, and maybe douse yourself in cologne, so you'll just be able to enjoy the experience of the nice smells, and you can have an early dinner and an early night. That sounds perfect, knowing that the magpies are going to be sort of there to keep an eye on you, and you're fine. You have your own team of bodyguards, and Dealey will stay when you get. No, not sure where Dealey's gone, yeah. That sounds good.
I feel the need to be alone, and thank you all for. Well, you've been kind and trying to help, but also your presence is very annoying. So,
Hello.
Oh, God.
Everybody.
Jeez.
How are you doing, Hubert? He's fine. Uncle John, we're just leaving.
Yes, everyone's leaving, Uncle John.
The next episode is episode 794. Big Troubles at the Two-Woman Show. And it is...
Don't spoil me.
You've recorded it. It's the two-woman show where all of us go and see go and see Charlotte, and I had to think about things like applause.
I live for the applause. I live for the applause, live for the applause, live for that.
All right, Lady Gaga. I wonder what Lady Gaga would play on the show if she was going to be on the show.
Madam After.
Yeah, I wanted to show that they were on stage, and so I put their voices on reverb. And then this is the episode where Bruno came back into it.
Okay, now I get it.
And Baby Grizzly escaped because he was teleporting.
Yeah.
Grizzly, have you got any more of that marshmallow?
Yeah, you can take them.
Oh, thank you very much. I swear I recognize that guy. It's just bothering me.
Maybe just go and ask him.
I think I will. Will you look after the seats? I'm just going to say hello. Oh dear. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Here we go. Back in excuse me, sir. Can I just ask you a question? Of course. Excuse me, have we met? Have we met before? I recognize your face. I'm Bruno. I think we met a couple of years ago. The commentary recording. Oh, yes, I do remember. Yes, I knew I recognized your face. You've come to see the two-woman show. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, yes, well, I think you'll be laughing along. I'm so sorry to bother you anyway. I must get back to my seat. Maybe we say hello again when after the show. Yes, maybe? Oh, goodbye. Oh dear. Oh, I must tell Grizzly. I mean, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Oh, sorry, I hope I didn't stand on your foot. I'm so sorry. Oh, dear, Grizzly, I was right.
Okay, and who is that guy?
Well, his name is Bruno. Oh dear, I think we're going to have a flashback. It's nearly 2 years ago and over 100 episodes since I met him. But yes, his name's Bruno, and oh, Grizzly, you'll never believe it. He's a vampire. Hello and good evening. Welcome onto the stage, Living Legends, Charlotte Shade and Bettina Dupre. Oh, please clap, we're clapping. Oh, it's so exciting. You're very good, you've done a good job. Thank you very much. Do 117 takes to get that right. Yeah.
Hello, darlings. Hello. Oh, thank you for being here. Oh, what a lovely welcome. What a lovely welcome, Charlotte.
Oh, yes. It was perfect for that occasion.
So, darlings, Charlotte and I are here to share with you stories from our past. We hope you'll enjoy them, don't we, Charlotte?
Of course, they are very entertaining, so brace yourself for that crazy ride we've had.
So, Charlotte and I, we first met in 1873. No, only kidding. It was 1874. Darling, no, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 60s.
Although it's possible that we may have met during the Blitz, but I can't possibly comment. All the lights were out anyway.
Well, the truth is that we met for the first time where they were building pyramids for our honor.
Yes, of course. Well, you know, Cleopatra.
I realised that what the girls were saying, or what the ladies were saying, you know, it was funny. So you can't have them on stage and the audience dead silent. So I was like, although I noticed when I listened back to it that I perhaps only realised that after a minute or so. But then I thought, actually, I could go back and put more laughter at the start. But then I liked the idea that, because it was when Bettina was talking, I thought maybe, because she was nervous about the whole thing anyway, and I thought maybe her jokes weren't hitting with the audience. And then eventually the audience warm up and then start to laugh. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, no, well, I'll leave it as it is because you know, yes, Deals, you're awake now, aren't you? Well, that's a good thing you're awake. Yes, it's a good thing you're awake. Yes, because, what was it? It was your birthday. It was your birthday, wasn't it? Yes, it was your birthday. And, yes, it was your 21st birthday. Yes, it was your 21st birthday. Episode 795. Some geeky advice for Dealey's 21st. This was an episode that went out almost as soon as it was recorded. It was an episode with Geeky Panda, but it wasn't. I have other ones I've recorded, and they come out later in the year. But this one was very time related because we talked about, Geeky just had a birthday, and I and Grizzly were going to have birthdays in November, and Dealey just had his 21st. So, yeah. So we talked about silly things, and we talked about Turkish food, and we talked about cats' birthdays. We got to celebrate Deals' birthday. Hello, Backstreet's back. All right.
While we were chatting, I've been painting some ghosts.
Oh, is that for? Is that
because I already have like some bats set up.
Wow.
And I'm making some ghosts. I already have some extra bats.
Is Halloween a thing in Turkey?
or do you just
It really isn't, but I like to make it a thing because I love the decorations and I'm celebrating my month. That's my favorite season, honestly. Like, it's Halloween, Christmas, my birthday, autumn, rain, gloomy weather. What is there not to like?
I know what you mean. I mean, but I kind of feel like the year ends after my birthday. Because I'm not that keen on. Well,
wait, is there a reminder? When is your birthday?
10th of November.
Yours is close too. Yay! I need to take notes. So 10th of November.
And Grizzlies is 6 days afterwards. So,
ooh.
So we're both Scorpio boys. But yeah, it's interesting because some I think in Italy, my friend Gianluca said that it's hardly a thing at all.
Really? Come on. So did you say Grizzlies is on 16th?
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I have some letters from concerned listeners who have problems and they need your advice. We used to have, and sometimes we still do, but she's a very busy lady. Our good friend Bettina Dupre. She actually originally joined the show as our agony aunt, but unfortunately, at that time, the listeners weren't sending in letters. But because she was already a famous actress, our lives intertwined anyway, and she wasn't. So I'll read you. I've got 5 of them here. Hope we'll see if we can get through them all. But
sure. I love to give advice that I cannot follow myself.
It's fine. The first one is it's got a subheading of the octopus in the bathtub, and it says they're written directly to you. Dear Geeky Panda, I recently moved into a new flat and discovered an octopus living in my bathtub. He's polite, pays rent in seashells, and gives excellent life advice. The problem is I've started relying on him emotionally. I talk to him more than my friends. Is it unhealthy to be this close to an octopus? Should I set boundaries or just embrace the tentacled wisdom? Sincerely, emotionally entangled in Epsom.
Well, whoever, thank you, the octopus enthusiast, for reaching out.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you were able to form this interspecies, I don't know if that's a word, friendship, but with everything, balance is the key. So keeping your friendship in check and introducing some boundaries is just going to,
feel like it should
empower your friendship.
I feel like it should be almost be like we don't know whether the writer is male or female, but we feel like they should almost be like a mother or father to Mr. Octopus.
I mean, that will be cruel because the octopus is paying rent.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't do that to your child. It's like, I'm Turkish. But, boundaries are fine. See him as a, flatmate. You share the troubles and you go through the ups and downs of life together and enjoy this companionship.
Supposed to be extremely intelligent octopus, aren't they? I've seen one like unscrewing the top of a jar and things.
I mean, more intelligent than most people I know.
Yeah. Maybe the octopus should be the landlord.
Yeah, finding a good flatmate is very difficult these days, so hold on to him.
Yeah. So the last episode of October 2025 was episode 796, Bettina and the Haunted Cinema. It was our Halloween special.
I was there.
You were there, yeah.
And I was there. And I was there.
You had a lot to do. Because obviously we'd done a few episodes about the two-woman show, and this was supposed to be the last night. But there was also a little cameo from our friendly vampire Bruno. It was only a small cameo, but it was after that I decided that he should probably be a recurring character, particularly because there may be more from the yoga vampires next year.
And I've also
And
got
Baby Grizzly needs a babysitter.
yes, yeah. He gets passed along the line. Poor old baby grizzly. I was quite pleased with how that one came out. There's lots of special effects, and obviously, we don't have a big budget, so
Do we have any budget?
we don't have any budget. So I have to learn little tricks through years of editing to try and make things seem creepy.
Dear. I wish I knew what was going on. I really do. I was really looking forward to this show. I guess if I'm about to go on This Is Your Life, then that would be cool as well. Maybe we'll still get a chance to do the final show of the tour. Hello? I don't know. I just don't think anyone's here. Hello? Is there anybody here? It was like an abandoned theatre. There's dust all over the seats. Cobwebs up in the balconies. A spider in my hair. Yeah. Oh dear. Hello? Hello? If I don't hear from you, I'm walking out. Hello? I don't know. I suppose I need to walk out. Like I said I would. One last chance. One last chance. Is there anybody here? Oh, hello. Oh, hello? Where are you? I thought I was here to do my two-woman show, but nobody seems to be here. Is this some sort of joke? Am I supposed to follow your voice? Hello?
Oh, yeah, follow my voice. But
I recognize that voice. Look, I think I should just leave. I'm clearly in the wrong place. Oh! Who's turned the lights out? I can't see a thing. Oh. Hello?
You're a true star, Bettina. Hello?
Oh no. This can't be happening. It's him. It's my stalker. Maybe he's lured me here. Am I thinking in my head or am I speaking? I'm not sure. Oh no, I'm echoing. I'm thinking in my head. Okay. I need to get out of here. But he's turned the lights off, so he's done me a favour. Well, I don't break my neck and fall off the stage. What should I do? I can't call out. I must just retrace my steps back to the door. That's if he hasn't locked the door. Maybe I should just hide. Somebody will come and find me. Maybe. Oh gosh. What should I do?
My star.
Moving on from that episode, it was our first episode of November. There weren't that many episodes in November or December, just because we suddenly entered a period where there were lots of quite big episodes that all came around at the same time, which took ages to edit. Like each one took a couple of weeks or more. So episode 797, which wasn't a difficult one to edit, but it was called The Birthday Twins Are Cell Block Bound, and I always have to have a birthday twin episode around the time of our birthday, because obviously birthday twin Andy and I were born not only the same day but the same year. He's the older one by a number of hours, but anyway, we were talking about some of our favourite characters from Prisoner Cell Block H again, but this time not the prisoners, but sort of any of the other characters, the wardens, the doctors, because as a show, it encompasses so many different types of characters that are very memorable. So anyway, so yeah, we talked about that for episode 797. Who is your favourite? We're going right to the top now. Who is your favourite out of Erica Davidson and
Paul? That's such a difficult. You're going to say Erica, Bob, or Anne?
Well, I was really
your
going
favourite
to say
favourite governor.
I was really going to say Erica or Anne, really, because they're the only two that really sort of.
Yeah, because I wouldn't really count Craven because he's only like a couple of episodes, isn't he, as a prison governor? I don't know. I can guess what your answer is. I think you're going to say Anne.
Yes, but it is so difficult.
Yeah,
my heart goes.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah,
I think Anne has better stories. I think Anne is a better developed character. But there's just something about the charm of Erica as the governor with her little beehive and her Ted, send me another social worker now. Voice on the telephone. You can't beat that. And when she gets kidnapped and she's running in that jumpsuit and her hair's all flowing, and when she gets shot and it's Mrs. Davidson and the terrorists shoot her and she's like, and it's like, oh no, has Erica just been murdered by the terrorists?
Yeah, I mean,
it's classic.
Also, because I'm watching, I'm forgetting how many times, she's a real sweetheart.
And there's Erica's romance with Andrew, and when they go to the races, and she said, "Oh, I want to get dressed up," and it's the done thing, to dress for dinner. You can't beat that. That's amazing. Anne never has a line like that.
No. Also, she doesn't. She refers to like Lizzie and Doreen as her friends on occasion when they're out of prison, and I've seen an episode recently, and she said, "Oh, these are my friends Doreen and Lizzie." She doesn't say she probably really shouldn't fraternize with former prisoners. Actually, there seems to be
that's lovely. That's lovely when she does that, isn't it? Because it's Doreen's mum's funeral, and she just steps up and she helps her because she's got that sense of responsibility to the prisoners, and she does see them as friends. And also, I think when she takes Lizzie out to see her brother.
Then the next episode, well, it was episode 798. It was called Toppy Smelly is Here for the Intrigue. And it was released on the 12th of November, between my birthday and your birthday, Grizzly, although closer to mine than yours. It was sort of, the joke was, if I have to explain, which I probably don't really, the joke was that Toppy hadn't been on the show for a long time, or for quite a while this year. He hadn't been in as many episodes as usual. Of course, the joke being that he'd sort of been replaced by Hubert Gentry. I don't need to say any more, do I? Do I? No, so it was a silly little joke. But yeah, I had promised Toppy that he could be in a really exciting episode, and it involved us investigating what Hubert was maybe up to, because he'd been quite mysterious of late. We also had some extra material with Harry and some quizzes with Callum. Well, there we go. I hope that was a good clip.
Excellent clip, as always.
Thank you. We're in the lab. Well, in the lab stroke bar.
Yes. Ooh, spooky test tubes over here, cobwebs over there, and then here's the bar. There's seating.
There is one thing I ought to do. I ought to just have a quick word with Cuthbert. Come over here.
I see you weren't alone here, Cuthbert. You forgot about him.
Hello, Top B. Hello, Paul! Exclamation.
Hello, Cuthbert. Look, can I rely on you to be discreet?
Yes, Paul. You can rely on me to be discreet.
Good. Toppy's with me.
I observe that, Paul.
Hi, Cuthbert.
Cuthbert, we're here for the intrigue.
It is good to see you, Top Piece Melly.
Okay, it's good to have him here. You may have noticed he's not been here much recently.
Indeed. Paul, I have noticed that exclamation.
Well, yeah, you're bound to. Look, I need you to be discreet because we're here for the intrigue.
I like intrigue. Paul exclamation.
I know you do, Cuthbert. What thing is, we need to go and have a little look around Hubert's bar. I've just suddenly thought, Cuthbert, Hubert, the two Berts. Anyway.
Hey!
You're just different types of Berts.
That's cool. That's like, wow, what do you think about that, Cuthbert?
It is mildly amusing. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh.
Look,
He's mildly amused.
He's mildly amused. Cuthbert, I need you to be discreet and not let on that we've been looking around his bar. I just, you know, I don't want to cause any trouble, but I'm just really curious. And Toppy's here, and he's really curious too.
We're here for the intrigue and the curiosity. And Cuthbert, you don't even need to mention that I was over here. Okay, that's when Paul says discreet. You know, he means things like that. Don't let on that I was here. Okay.
I will not say a thing. Please go about your business.
There we go, Paul. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, right. Then, on the 26th of November, this is where the big gap comes in. Well, quite a big gap. We have episode 799, Shy Yeti's awfully fur-filled 52nd birthday, which was a long episode because birthdays are like that. People call in, and there were subplots and twists and turns and all sorts of diary-type occurrences. It was a real busy episode, and you were involved with that as well, weren't you, Grizzly? You came to help out because we were experiencing some deja vu.
It's your birthday!
Yes, it is. It was. And you came to help out because we've been experiencing some deja vu. Isn't that right, Grizzly?
You're supposed to recall me. I called you like 3 days ago.
Well, because in this episode we're experiencing some deja vu, weren't we, Grizzly?
Let me give you a kiss and I'll charm you for a time bubble.
Naughty. Hello, who is it?
Hey, Paul, you're supposed to call me back twice already.
Thank you, it's my birthday. Very kind of you to call. Well, you know, there's not much going on. I mean, it's not the same that with you not being here, but you know what birthday episodes are like. There's always something going on. But what was it you were saying? Look,
that's weird.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm not thinking out a birthday cake. I'm going to have to go. I'll call you back later. Bye.
Bye.
So yes, that was episode 799. Of course, followed immediately by episode 800, which was a busy episode, but actually not as long as episode 799. Episode 800 was the ever so mysterious vanishing of Bettina Dupre. Bettina went missing. What had become of her? Well, it seems that somebody knew what was going on. Although, actually, probably it was the listeners who knew what was going on more than the rest of us taking part. Yeah. We also had a couple of special guests in that episode. Well, we had maybe 3 special guests. We had Big Fatty, Robot Big Fatty, answering some daft questions. And we had a flashback scene with Douglas and Boo. So, no, Boo had not returned, but yes, it gave us a chance to for Douglas to reflect on what had been going on in the past. I'd kept both those recordings, which had been made quite a bit earlier, because I wanted something nice to go in episode 800.
what jobs would jellyfish excel at in an office setting? Well, I would guess that with all those stingers, they could man the switchboard. Big fatty, who the hell has a switchboard anymore? Well, maybe not.
I might just do that.
You really are indescribably
lovely.
That and more, Boo. That and more. Come on, let's get busy.
We do make a good pair, don't we?
Of course, we always did. Still do. I was just thinking, want to try skinny dipping again?
In the fish pond?
Why not? Madam is out.
Let's do it.
Are you still wearing those pantaloons?
I might be. The fun is in finding out, right?
Right. You know I like a peach, but I've always been wary of nectarines.
Why ever so?
One fell on my head once. I took it as a personal attack, and I've avoided them ever since.
Understandable. I'm the same with kiwi fruit. Strange looking beets.
Oh, I know what you mean. They look like the kind of fruit that would have teeth, I always think.
Yes, you're so right. This is why I respect you so much, Doogie dear. You're so wise. Almost as wise as me.
You always were so modest, dear.
If you were a chaya, would you want to sit on you?
I am very special, and as a chaya, I would want people to definitely sit on me. Yes, oh yeah, that's hot. Oh yeah.
What's the silliest noise you can make right now?
Yeti Uncle John here. How's that for a silly noise?
You can always mess me up.
Darling, I heard a rumor. Now, it may only be a rumor, but well, I heard a rumor that you were trying to arrange for the exorcism of Douglas. Why would you want to do that?
To get rid of him, obviously. He's almost on tracks of my plan.
Well, I was going to say, what's he done to you? But, well, I understand you have some sort of evil plan brewing. But Douglas in some way causes a problem.
Of course he causes a problem. I want to ruin your life, Bettina.
Ruin my life? Oh, darling. I thought we were best friends.
Of course, best friends always ruins each other's lives.
You have a point.
And you were involved with that episode as well, weren't you, Grizzly? We were trying to find Bettina.
Yeah, you're forcing me to travel the magic train a lot lately.
Yeah, I don't know why it can't go and pick you up, except that he's always going up to see Sister Ooh. But we're so close to like recent episodes that I won't go into it too much. But we had the music episode with Adam. It's the 10th anniversary. Listeners, you can't have a 10th anniversary episode without a bit of Adam involved.
Oh, can't wait.
And well, here we are now. So we did almost exactly the same number of episodes as we did last year. Maybe one or so less, but anyway, pretty much the same. And actually, 2025, because we had episode 750, we had that big episode at the start of the year and then ended with 800 at the end of the year. So I think we can be forgiven for doing slightly less because we did have to deal with two really
big numbers.
Those of you who've been listening to the show for ages will probably remember that I usually change the theme music when we hit the 100, but I've sort of been evolving throughout the year, and also what with losing some of the files when my computer broke down and then having found them again, I decided actually the current music, it probably hasn't had its full 100 episodes anyway, and I like it, and until I find something I prefer, I'm not going to go searching for something. I'm going to keep it as it is because, yeah, it's kind of got 4 different tunes really. We've got the first tune, the second tune, the end tune, and the very end tune. So for the first time, we're not going to rush and change things. It's nearly the end of the episode, Grizzly, but I want to share with the listeners something that I recorded with somebody who I thought deserved a special award this year. And, well, it was going to be somebody else, but I had to find a replacement. But shh, don't tell him that. Anyway, have a listen to this.
Hubert! Hubert Gentry!
What? What?
Hubert! It's me.
Yes.
Me, don't worry.
Well, yes. What a surprise.
It seems to be hard to, get to speak to you these days. You're always running around.
Busy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even really be here. Why am I here?
I don't know, but I'm glad you are because I'm recording something very special, and I've been wanting to speak to you about this for a while, and it's a good thing. Don't worry.
Oh, all right.
So
Well,
I've been working.
that would be a change, Paul.
Yeah. I've been working on the Shy Life podcast review of the year for 2025.
Really? How dreary.
In the span of the year, there have been quite a lot of episodes involving yourself. We went through a bit of an arc with your love of Sutton Park, and then slightly falling out of love with Sutton Park.
Yes. Well, they've been such dreary affairs. They've almost left my mind. I'd almost forgotten. But yes, how quaint.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, you've been a very popular character in the show during 2025.
Oh, of course. It was effortless on my part. I just seemed to be that way.
Yes, and I want to award you an award for being well, originally it said the best newcomer, but you were already here the year before. So, but I don't know, most promising, most impressive cast member of the Shy Life podcast in 2025, and I'm giving you this lovely prize. It is Dealey Cat.
Dealey Cat.
Yeah, Dealey Cat. You are the prize. You are the
Well, that's wonderful. But I think I wouldn't think of separating you and Dealey after all these years. And besides, I don't like wiping food off cats' noses.
It's okay. This is just an AI Dealey.
Oh, an AI Dealey. How clever.
You're AI, aren't you, Dealey?
Of course.
The volume control seems to be broken. Anyway.
And what's this? Apparently, you've constructed an award to sit on a shelf or something. Did you mold that tin foil yourself?
I did, yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
I thought it would make your lovely new house look even lovelier.
Oh, yes. I can't wait to, set it somewhere in full view so that when people come in, they say, oh, what a marvelous piece of crushed tin foil that is. Yes. Well, this is all very wonderful in a dreary sort of way.
I just wanted to say, Hubert, that, despite how grumpy and cantankerous and everything you are, we do very much value your contribution to the Shy Life podcast. And
of course you do.
Yes. And you have been very entertaining company, even if you're not always enjoying yourself. But
nonsense. Well, of course, I'm not enjoying myself now, but I mean, in the past, I don't think I was enjoying myself then either. But anyways, there's always the future.
Yes, and I think the audience have enjoyed hearing you not enjoy yourself. So that's been enjoyable in a strange way.
Strange is a very good word for your podcast.
And not only have you won this award, but you are the only person connected with the show that has won an award this year. You have moved us so much that we have created this award. So.
Well, that's splendid. Of course, I expected nothing less. I come and I contribute and I leave the Shy Life podcast better than I found it. That's what I say.
Yeah. Is there any personal message you have for your audience, for your fans?
Oh, not really. They're a crushing ball, really. And, I hope they continue listening. And this crushed tinfoil and AI Dealey is wonderful, and et cetera, et cetera. And, I can't tell you how utterly non-impressed I am by it all.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, this segment, I don't think it's any surprise
for the listeners, but this segment has been pre-recorded. So we're going to
Oh,
return
fine.
to the show for the end of this review of the year show. But anyway, may you have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and hopefully we'll see you in 2026.
Oh, yes. If there's nothing going on, I'll perhaps have a few moments for you.
Okay, good. Okay, right. Let's return to our
Yes, off with you, off with you. You've monopolized my time enough. Goodbye.
Be careful with that.
I almost left without the tinfoil thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's flammable because it's tin foil. So anyway, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Trash compactor, here I come. Have fun. Bye-bye.
Careful with the AIDD. Grizzly, what do you think of that? Do you think Hubert deserved an award? He was like the breakout star of 2025.
He was doing a good job, even if he almost got involved in the Charlotte intrigues.
Yeah. Well, he certainly helped keep the stories going on, and yes, the other person who was going to get an award was Geeky Panda from Turkey, because thanks to Grizzly, I was reunited with him, and he became a very regular member of the team, and will continue to do so next year as well. But he's got a very busy schedule, and I wanted to be able to hand an award to somebody in person, so Hubert was a good person to choose for that. Anyway, it's okay. Geeky Panda knows. His award will be in the post. Anyway, well, listeners, thank you for listening this year, and I hope you've enjoyed all the episodes, or at least some of them. And next year is our 10th anniversary, 2026, and we have a lot in store. And I've already recorded with a new member of the team, so yeah, get ready for some new faces as well. So, well, new voices. And thank you, Grizzly, for all you've done this year. You deserve your own award, but we'll sort that out after the show finishes recording.
Is that a pack of Lucozade?
Yes, a multi-pack. We hope you all had a very good Christmas and a happy New Year. And yeah, we do have a New Year special coming any day now with Grizzly and Geeky Panda. Anyway, you'll be hearing it soon, hopefully. So, right, okay, right, bye for now. Say goodbye. Bye bye. I don't understand it, Cromitty. I don't understand it. Well, what don't you understand? Well, there are people getting awards. We didn't get an award. Yes, Uncle John. It wasn't an award ceremony. Oi, Grizzly, what do you think about this? There were some awards. Hubert got an award. Geeky Panda is kind of getting an award. What do you think about that?
Well, I never got an award, so well.
I think we should. I think we should protest. Oh, you young don't make trouble. It could be a whole subplot. No. No, Grizzly, tell him. We don't need extra trouble.
No. Let's just get to the sauna and take out our clothes, and it will be rewards itself.
Should we be broadcasting this? Oh dear. It is not one of those saunas. It is the new sauna that Cuthbert has built for us in the laboratory. Isn't that just because the temperature is really warm? Well, yes, but because because Hubert is nowhere to be found at the moment. We've the bar has become a sauna as well. Oh dear. I don't know. What's this place coming to? I don't know.
But if you want, we can only broadcast it on the only pause.
Oh, Grizzly. What was this? Am I supposed to... What's going on? Oh dear.
I gotta go now! Bye! Gotta go! Bye!
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wow. Really? No kidding.
Thank you, darling. And you too. Bye-bye.
You can always call me.
That was beautifully done.
Oh, that sounded good.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast. Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
That is so cringe, oh my god. You're a man of culture as well.
Well, Grizzly, thank you for helping out with the review of the year. Yes, it's been a busy year, but at least we were able to get all the best bits into one long episode. And the years when I used to do longer episodes, we had to do like twice as much, and the poor old listeners, I think their ears all dropped off. But
pleasure is mine.
It's good. I often tell people who come to the show, like new listeners now, and they say, "Well, what should I listen to?" Because obviously, what with over 800 episodes, it's difficult to know when to start sometimes. And I say, well, go back and listen to like the review of 2024 or the review of 2023, or just to get an idea. You'll probably hear all of the cast members. You'll get to hear the different sorts of guests and the different sort of topics we talk about. And you can just drop in and plots and stuff. You can just drop in and out. Yes, it might be a long episode, but you can listen to it in little sections as you've got time as well. So it would definitely help. So I think the review episodes are an important part of what the Charlotte podcast does, and I enjoy putting them together and reminding myself of all of the sillinesses that we've dipped into during the year. But anyway, I think we really do have to go now. Okay, listeners, goodbye for now. Thanks again, Grizzly.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, listeners. Goodbye.
This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Well, gotta tell you, I didn't expect that.
What the hell just happened on this show? I mean, seriously, reverse it, because I lost... What's going on? What happened?
Man, was that
goodness. That was a darling little shoe. Whoa, I love that one. Great show, Paul. Yeah, that was a good shoe.
I'm going to have some orange squash now. It's an exciting one.
Oi, oi, that's your lot.
Bye. Oh, everyone's a critic.
Et voilà.
Ashes America! Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Oh my god, you're so cool. You're like the coolest Yeti I've ever met.
802.
Mouse. Mouse.
Max, can you hear me?
Hmm?
Okay. What have you got to drink?
Should I turn off the recording?
Okay, stopping recording now.
Very cool.